it from this EMA, for example, because like this we recycle and like.
Yep. Yeah, we get more people to see it and reuse the content all over the place. I agree. You know, actually trying to resurrect the YouTube channel that we did create because we haven't been able to update it for a couple of weeks due to some password and login issues, but I'm working with Google on that. But yeah, that's absolutely right. We gotta start leveraging the content more and more. So lots is going on. I mean, you know, not. It's one of those things that you everyone, you know, all of you just don't get to see behind the curtains everything that's going on. But there's an immense amount of things and activities going on to keep this going. So we, yeah, I'm just going to rattle off a couple things here. So hold on one second. I got to mute my. So I had a conversation with Majestic today over in Senegal, and he was able to go and visit one of the childhood cancer hospitals that he was referred to, and he had a great conversation with the head of surgery over there, as well as met with some patient families, and sent me a lot of details on it. Sent me some videos and stuff like that, and we made the decision today that we want to help a family out there specifically. There's this one boy who he has kidney cancer and had surgery and everything worked out well, but it's not working out so well right now. So he needs to have another surgery. So we're going to be Cure Community is going to be sponsoring his care to ensure that he gets everything he needs in the next coming weeks here. But Majestic's been great. For those of you who haven't been able to attend his Twitter Spaces group that he hosts, he's doing a lot right now with Shiba Inu, and you know, they're obviously taking off this past week in all new directions and new ways. And during those Twitter Spaces, he gives us an opportunity to talk about our projects. So it's been really helpful for us to get the word out there and for others to hear about Cure and hear about some of the great things that we're doing. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, most of the people in this community, most people in Cure, you know, just want to know what's happening today, what's happening tomorrow. You know, is my investment going to go up and all that? So I'm going to list off some of the big stuff that's going on. We did get our legal review back from our Singapore lawyer. So we got that back this morning, and some good stuff in there that we need to change some content on our website to improve some language. But all in all, it passed with flying colors. It's really great. So we now have a legal opinion, which is absolutely necessary for exchange listings. So we gotten that out of the way. And that was a 2-week process. You know, also, as you know, a lot of people know, I am going to the Miami Crypto Expo first week of November. I think it's the 7th. No, it's maybe the 10th. Let me see what that date is. It looks like it is the November 10th through the 12th. So I'll be in Miami. And also at that time, I'm going to be meeting with Smartoshi. We're going to be going out to dinner. He's going to be taking out a number of his community members, and we're going to have a kind of a one-on-one dinner conversation just about projects and Cure and just all things around that. So it's going to be really great for our project to meet the actual community and the people who are supporting it. So if you're in Miami, I know I've mentioned it, but if you're there, let me know. I will be there Wednesday through I leave Friday morning. So I'll be there Wednesday and Thursday primarily. We're also looking.
I'm going to be heading over to the convention as well. There's a bunch of us that are investors and holders that are going to be down there in Miami with you, supporting you.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm hoping to get some. You're going to have to ignore the lawnmowers outside if you can hear them. I'm also hoping to bring out some sort of swag with us, stickers, magnets, whatever the things are, so we can start handing them out, giving them out, having people take a piece of Cure home with them, whatever those things are. So I'm working on that merchandise type stuff, and I'll definitely have something in Miami with us so that we can kind of advocate what we're doing and hand it out and share a lot all over the place. So I'm working on that today. But that conference is going to be good. Hopefully you can still hear me. Can you still hear me? Okay, I'm hoping you can hear me. It's really loud back here.
Yes, sir.
All right. So outside of the Miami Crypto Expo, there's other conferences that are coming up. So we've been reaching out to mainstream publicists like PR companies to figure out how to get us more speaking engagements, get us to more conferences, and so we can get into the mainstream area more. So I'm talking about local news, for example, or just more the outside of crypto community. So I'm meeting with a PR company in about an hour now, where I'll vet them, see what they're like, see if they're right for the project, and if they are, then we'll bring them on board, and they're going to help us with more of the traditional side of the marketing as opposed to just inside of the crypto space. So that's, as everyone knows, that's one of our advantages as a project, is that we can branch outside of crypto. So that's why we're going to leverage them. But I'll let everyone know how that meeting goes. But that's going to be in like an hour here. We've also written multiple press releases over the past few days here, and our first one got released today. So it should be distributed. It's an international press release, so it'll be in every single country. We're doing multiple of these. We're going to be doing a couple of these per week. So the first one went out today. Hopefully, will be listed in the next day to 4 days. But when it is, of course, I'm going to share it all over the place. But this is going to be great for us to get a lot more of the again into the mainstream community. And just speaking of mainstream, I've been reached out to by so many different organizations and news what is it? I guess the media, different news groups, and I've been scheduling a lot of different interviews that are going to be coming up. First of which is going to be with Oncology Journal, which is a podcast in Australia, and they reached out to me they heard about the project organically, just from someone, kind of word of mouth, and they're like, "Oh, we got to talk about this. We got to share it with all of our network and our doctors, within cancer and specifically childhood cancer." So this is also what I've been talking about for weeks. We have to do these types of things to get a lot further, further our message outside of crypto. So that's underway, and that's scheduled for Tuesday of next week. We've also secured a ton of Twitter and YouTube influencers, which have been very active over the past couple days here. But all of that's going to get a lot more active in the short term here. But we got a lot. We also brought on Nina FX as a Cure ambassador. So she's been sharing the project all over the place with her community and even outside of her community. Then some other big items here. And I'm going to pause here because it is getting really loud. All right, that should be better. I did reach out to BitBoy. So if you don't know who BitBoy is, he's the kind of the crypto Bitcoin kind of guy. Does everyone know who he is? BitBoy. Let me send a link.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I reached out to him to see if we could get an AMA scheduled. I think it would be a great AMA. To have him. He's very influential in the crypto community, and so I'm working with his team to see if we can make that happen. So we made contact yesterday. Have had a little bit of back and forth, but I'm hoping to kind of finalize the details today. But that could be pretty cool for us and get us a lot more reach. Also, I mentioned the Oncology Journal and the press release is coming out. We've also spent a lot of time on our website. So first off, the grant application has been simplified. So we're trying to make it easier for people to submit, just information to us for those who either research institutes or labs or cancer hospitals or families that need any sort of support. So the form's been completely simplified to make it easier. The second thing is that we're in the process of launching a new section for those people who aren't in Telegram, because there's a lot of communication that takes place in Telegram, a lot of announcements and a lot of content that gets created. We need to get that on our website. So we've got a new section coming out, which is called The Heartbeat, which is a kind of like a blog or a journal, which is going to be outlining all of the activities that we're doing on a regular basis. So we're populating this right now, and hopefully we'll be releasing it in the next day or two. But it's starting to shape up pretty well. And then I guess also, oh yeah, also on the website, I spend a lot of my time during the day educating people on how to buy, crypto in general. So we're going to try to make that a lot easier on the website. So we're improving the content. We've got the content created now. We just need to format it. We're going to do some screenshots, all that kind of stuff, but also do an FAQ section where people can say, I have this problem. What do I do? Because I get a lot of the same questions all the time. And then eventually we'll be doing a video if we can find the right group to do a video for us. But that'll be coming out shortly as well. And then let's talk about, oh, this is a big one. We reached out to Certic for an audit. They're the leader in project audits. They're absolutely the best, and they're also very expensive, very, very expensive. But we've agreed to a deal. We are getting two things from them. One is an audit, and there's another sort of security thing that they do. It will take about 8 weeks, and they are discounting their price because we are a 501c3 charity, but it is still fairly expensive. But we feel that this is right for the project. All legitimate projects need to eventually get an audit from Certic. So we haven't signed the paperwork yet, but I think we'll be signing that today and proceeding with it. But this will be great for us. They'll list us as Certic approved. If we get to that point, they'll put us on their website. They'll share us on social media. They'll provide us with their audit. It's going to be a little bit of a back and forth because this is not just a stamp on a project, but it's actually working with you to identify what needs to be resolved, what needs to be changed, what can be enhanced, and then you collaborate on it, and then eventually you get their result, which is great for any project to be able to afford it and also just even get it. So that's coming here shortly as well. There's a lot more here, but update on exchanges. I know there was a lot of conversation last night about Fedge. The reason is we're hearing a lot from the community that people want to be able to stake. They want to have staking, and there's a lot of different ways that we can introduce staking. We can go to PancakeSwap, for example, but that's a process to get that going. One of the thoughts was to go to Fedge for the staking purpose because we can expedite that and we can get staking created very, very quickly. That was the motive behind that decision. Not even decision, that conversation. And what we want to do is we want to obviously involve the community more in these types of decisions on what exchanges we continue to chase, what exchanges we want to get on first. And as I said before, we've had tons of conversations on exchanges with exchanges. Bitmart has been one that we've spoken a lot with, and have had a lot of conversations with, and gone so far as to get the legal review. We have documents in place that we could execute against, but we aren't doing that yet because we're pausing a little because we want to make sure it's the right exchange. We're still waiting to hear back from KuCoin and Gate.io, for example. But anyway, so I think what we're going to be doing is we're going to open up a poll to the community to figure out, what do we want to do next with staking and with exchanges, and open it up. There was a lot of feedback that came in, positive feedback as well as critical feedback that came in overnight, that I want to make sure that we're all on the same page and we're moving this project forward in the right direction. So we'll talk about getting that poll created here in the next couple hours. And wow, that was a lot of stuff. Let me see what else I got here. Yeah, that was a lot of stuff.
What do we have to do to get them on Binance?
So that's a longer process. We're not gonna lie to you. That is gonna take some time. So there's, I've mentioned before, but there's tier 3, tier 2, tier 1 exchanges that we can get listed on. Binance and Coinbase are top of the chain there, and they have a process, and that process isn't as simple as like getting listed on Bitmart. Bitmart will take 7 days. You look at something like a KuCoin or Gate.io, it's going to be longer than that because there's a 20-day review with KuCoin before they even respond. So there's a process to this. Binance is going to take longer, as well as Coinbase. They're not not outside of our reach at all. It's just going to take some time to get there. We're probably going to need to change some of the tokenomics. We're going to need to raise more money because they're going to require more money to get listed. But these are all things on the roadmap. And these are all things that are continually being pushed to. So Binance is not something that's going to happen in 30 days. I definitely don't think so. But I don't think it's that far out. You know, this is something that's just going to take some time. But that's where we're heading. You know, that's where I'm trying to push this project, is that we get listed on one of those tier 1 exchanges, because that's a game changer. You know, at the end of the day.
And I just want to ask you one question, because nobody have been able to respond me of the community. Is about the staking, because I understand staking as a proof of stake, right? And to earn income through proof of stake protocol. But Cure is a token. It can not be a proof of stake protocol. So where's the origin of the income? It's lending or what's
Yeah. So like if you go over to, let's look at PancakeSwap, for example. There is, hold on one second here. You know, you can obviously you can add liquidity, you can do exchanges, but they also have farms and pools, you know, as well as other things. So the staking is done in an example like with PancakeSwap. So we would pair with our token there. People would be able to do staking on their own, sort of like a self-service, and that's what Fedge was providing, and that was I guess the motive there, is that they could expedite that process. You know, proof of stake is, proof of stake in crypto is, you know, as I understand it, is a certain type of crypto. You know, not a deflationary type token. It's more the, I think Cardano, for example, is a proof of stake. So staking and proof of stake are different. You know, staking is when people can opt in and put their tokens into the pool in order to earn off of it. While proof of stake is the way a smart contract would work, and I guess the consensus throughout blockchain would validate transactions. But let me pull up the pools here. Yeah, so here, like they have lots of stuff here. But if you look at the PancakeSwap Sierra pools, you'll see some of the other projects that have been listed up there and what they're pairing against, and what the total stakes are, and what the APR and APYs are, so that you'll know what you're going to be getting out of it by putting your tokens in there and putting them in there for a period of time. This is it's a great feature in our space and in crypto. So this is something that the community spoke about, wanting to have this flexibility and this option. So that's what we're chasing. PancakeSwap takes a bit longer to get listed on it, and that's the reason we're evaluating, or are evaluating Fedge. But again, I want to start a poll about this, and I want to get community involvement to make sure that everyone feels like we're moving in the right direction. So that will be posted later this afternoon here. And let me see, I covered off on Majestic, the hospitals, Miami conference. Puerto Rico. Yeah, this is a big one. I'm trying to get a trip scheduled out to Puerto Rico, not this next weekend, but the weekend after. So right before the Miami conference. That would be the date of, second here. Today is next 29th. It would be Friday the 5th through Saturday the 6th. So I'm trying to work something out there where I'll host a dinner for anyone and everyone out there who wants to attend. Talk about Cure in Puerto Rico and the community there specifically. I'm hoping that I have enough time to visit. There's a cancer research lab out there that I would love to visit, and as well, I have a few people who live in Puerto Rico that are looking for families in need. So I'm really hoping that comes through, because I want to make this trip really beneficial for that community. But that looks like it's going to be planned for the 5th and the 6th of November, and then immediately after that will be the conference in Miami. So that's really awesome. And then, as I mentioned, we have the global press releases. We have the PR press release, or sorry, not press release, public relations meeting coming up here in 40 minutes. And just to reiterate real quick, lots of Twitter and YouTube influencers all over the place right now. So you're probably seeing a lot more posts, and you're probably seeing a lot more from Majestic Online and some other ambassador. And then let's see here, talking about the mainstream media, the oncology journal, website updates, simplified grant form, new blog section coming out, simplified how to buy page. We had our conversation about exchanges and staking. There'll be a poll following up shortly. And then I mentioned Certec, which is something that I hope we can solidify today and start moving with. We're also looking to line up more AMAs and looking at a variety of different people, and BitBoy being one of them. So that is a conversation that's underway. But lots of activity going on. I mean, tons of activity. And I don't even think this is exhaustive list. This is just what's in my head right now on of what's immediately going on today. But there's a lot more happening, a lot more going on. But I'll pause there and see if anyone has any questions. And also, I'm going to be checking the chat. Let me go back to the chat real quick. Yeah. So, yeah, BitBoy is a really big influencer. I did speak about exchanges. I think we covered off on that. We got, let's see. Good. It doesn't seem like you have any questions. Well, if you do have any questions, obviously write them in the chat. Or if you have anything, speak up. Does anyone have any questions or topics or
Hello, Jacob. This is Ranjit here. Can you hear me? Hello?
is everyone? Yeah, I'm not seeing any updates here. I did freeze. Am I back? Can you see me now or no? Did I did freeze up. Am I back yet or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I was trying to understand, it's okay right now. About 3%, it's between all the wallets is shared, but this is not the staking, right? So the staking would be another thing added, or to decide between those.
Yeah, so the staking would be, it would not be related to the contract at all. This is outside, or I mean, you obviously pass through the contract. But the idea of staking is that if somebody owns 100,000 tokens, for example, they would be able to take a portion of those tokens and put them into PancakeSwap and stake them. And then people would be able to, or they'd be able to earn, percentage based on what tokens they have in there. So I'm going to drop in the link again to PancakeSwap's version. And it's a great resource here. Here, I just dropped it in again. Take a look at what their current pools are, and this is just one spot where this could occur. And Fedge was another. We've actually reached out to PancakeSwap, but it's going to take some time because they're not, they won't do it in the same day. It takes a bit of a process to build out this feature with them. But you can see a couple projects up there. You can earn like Beta, for example, or Hero, or MCB. So, and you can see that they have an APR, which means annual percentage rate, which you put your tokens in. That's the expected annual percentage rate that you would earn by staking your tokens. So, pretty cool concept. And I think it's the next evolution of what our project needs, without, going, I guess, without making the final decision on an exchange just yet. So if you take a look at that link, you still have questions, let me know.
So
And then I see a question. Oh, go ahead.
Apart from, to understand, apart from the 3% of the reflections, the wallets that would be staking would be earning the staking reward as well, both rewards.
Yeah, they would be earning the staking reward. Yeah, and this is, you would be staking tokens, and you would be earning rewards on those. This is I need to get into the details with PancakeSwap and Fedge to figure out exactly how the tokenomics are going to work, or if they need to change, or if they stay the same. I believe they stay the same, but I need to get confirmation from their technical team to understand that. But as I understand it so far, as you stake, you would be earning on top of your current reflections and so forth.
Ah, okay, yeah, it's yield farming. So okay, yeah, now I understand. Thank you.
All right, so there's yep, no worries. And then I see another question here. Any short-term marketing actions keep the machine? Yeah, I mean, we have built the marketing machine. I mean, it is absolutely running, and it's there's a lot going on. We have a content calendar, we have influencer calendar. I mean, there's scheduled tweets, there's press releases, there's another article that's coming out from Cointelegraph. I mean, there's a plan in place here, and so we're not reacting day to day. This is really thought out methodically on what's happening over the course of each day for each week. We're trying to think past as far as we can, and as I mentioned before, we're trying to also get into the mainstream media and mainstream news as quickly as possible. So while we have a lot of momentum, so that's the reason we're going to be meeting with the public relations company later this morning. But there's a lot happening from a marketing perspective, Wazo. So hopefully answers your question. But definitely lots of stuff going on. Yoon says, "You're not afraid of the fact that whales jump in?" No, I'm not actually worried about whales jumping in and out. It's really healthy to a project to get potentially whale or whales in, creates a lot of activity and momentum in a project, and then when they leave, that gets backfilled. We're in a phase right now where we're backfilling, and that's actually a really healthy piece of any project. Is that you don't want to have whales on a project that are taking advantage. You want that constant people coming in, large volume people coming in, people leaving, and that getting backfilled, and that's what creates stability in a project. So we need more of that, in fact. So I'm not worried about whales at all. In fact, we need to get probably some more that come in and out of our project on a regular basis. Yeah, exactly, Matt. That does happen on all projects, and it does create liquidity, and it does, it just continues to make our project more stable. So we absolutely need that. And people new to crypto, they look at a chart and in a really narrow focus and just think, it's going up or it's going down. And the reality is there's a lot more that goes into that than just the price going up and the price going down. We need to get liquidity to continue to grow. We need to get big sell-offs. We need to fill those gaps with smaller buys, and that's the way our project has been working since the beginning. That's what's going to create the stability in our project that is going to keep us going for a very long time. So all that is super, super normal. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Ewan writes again, is there no limit of buying and selling? Yeah, so there is. There's thresholds on the maximum amount of tokens that can be bought or sold on a single transaction. That's what some projects called a whale clause or a whale function. The idea behind it, it doesn't prevent whales from coming in or exiting, but what it does do is it makes the transactions smaller in the amount, so it has less impact instantly on a project, either good or bad. So that is there. That is a variable that can be adjusted as well. I think right now it's set at 200,000 tokens, but that is a variable that can be adjusted over time. And let's see. Yeah, there was the highest investment, I think, was at about 72K or 80K. Crypto Girl, hey, any update? Thanks for reaching out to me last night on this, Crypto Girl. I haven't caught up yet because this is my morning, but I haven't caught up yet on the conversations that took place with some of the developers. But I know we have. I just have to catch up on it. But I know there was a conversation that took place. So Crypto Girl, I will definitely get that on my list of things to chase today, and get some answers and figure out exactly if the term auto is appropriate or not. But I do know firsthand that that the liquidity is growing, and it's growing both naturally, and I know that it's growing as well through forced means of constant injection of funds and tokens into liquidity. So I know it's the growth of it is happening. I need to get some clarification on the exact terminology, but pretty confident that the team has met already and already has an answer. Suhaib, you say, how many AMAs going to be for this week for marketing? There's the idea behind AMAs, real quick before I answer that. Last week we had a lot of AMAs. We had 3 or 4 a day for about 3 or 4 days. The value of AMA are, there's a lot of value in some, and there's zero value in others. I think the ones that are text-based, where there's no video, where it's a lot of bot activity, I've participated in a few of those, and those I feel were completely useless, for our project, and probably a waste of time. We could have spent our time elsewhere more effectively, so we're trying to avoid those types of AMAs, just so we don't waste time, because we're moving really fast, and all of our time as a community is valuable, and we need to keep leveraging it and pushing things forward in the right direction. We did have some great AMAs last week. I think there were 2 or 3 that were really exceptional AMAs. Those are the ones we're trying to line up. And that's why I mentioned BitBoy, for example. I think that would be a really valuable AMA for us. So I and the marketing team are actively engaging them to see if we can make that one happen. If we do that one alone, I think that's going to be really beneficial to the project. But we are all day long evaluating the right AMAs, and that's part of our continual effort on a day-to-day basis. And then we've got a lot of people joining here. Hey, Crypto Girl, yeah, no worries. This is a high priority item for me, so I want to make sure that that happens. And then, yeah, Yoon, you're welcome. Suhaib, yes, upcoming ones outside of this. I don't have anything on the next 2 to 3 day calendar, but it doesn't mean that they're not going to pop up. When we find the right ones, we will schedule them for the next day. We're just still in the evaluation process to make sure that the ones that we do find are appropriate. I've also received some feedback from some of the community that they feel that we should go back onto Satoshi Street Bets, for example, or back on Travel Ad. Those are options as well. So we're evaluating all that, and there's actually people who are chasing this for us. So it's a lot of activity is moving along. We just got to make sure it's the right AMA, so we don't waste our time again, like we did with some of the previous ones. But if you do know, I guess, if you do know of any AMAs that you think are legitimate, beneficial, real communities, real thoughtful responses will be coming out of it, send those our way, or anyone. I mean, we're looking for the best AMAs out there from the best communities. And there's been a lot of communities as well that have actually offered up just to have us come over and speak. And I'm willing to do that at any point. So if there's any communities out there that you belong to that you would like to have Cure Token represented over there, I'll come over and I'll do a quick AMA at any point and talk about the project, talk about where we've been, where we're going, what the future is. As everyone knows, I do that all the time. So those I think are extremely valuable. So keep that in mind and send them my way if you have any. All right, got a few things popping up here. Let's see. Schedule for today. I can go over a bit of this again, but we have this is recorded as well, so we'll be able to share this. But there's a lot that has been going on. So we released press release today. We have, which is international press release. We have Twitter influencers and YouTube influencers, which have been activated over the past couple of days and are doing a lot more today, tomorrow. We have mainstream press that's coming up in the next couple of days here and going into next week. Updated the website in a variety of different ways to make things easier and enhance things. We've explored further exchanges, and conversations there, as well as staking. We've spoken with Certic, the audit company, and are looking to engage them. Oh man, I've talked about the Crypto Experience Conference in Miami. I talked about an impromptu visit to Puerto Rico, and legal review that came back today, as well as we have our public relations company meeting taking place here in a few minutes. So I'm gonna have to drop off for that. But there's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of activity, and a lot more than I'm probably even talking about right now. So a lot of stuff happening. I see another question here. How many crypto whales? I haven't done an assessment recently to look at crypto whales. I do know that we had like 4 or 5 leave over the past few days, which as I've been saying, this is really healthy that happens. You know, you create more liquidity, you get them in, you get them out, and it gets backfilled, and then you get more in. I mean, this is how a project creates that stability. So I'm really optimistic with where things are. Let's see here. Orlando says, I won $100. Awesome. Orlando, DM me. The winners were announced on Twitter. Let me drop in the let me see. I'll drop in the announcement. And if your name's on there, let me know. Here it is. Yeah, so I'm gonna drop this in right now. All right. So the winners were Real Thiagu, Kampa 007, and Landi. So I think congratulations, they each won $100. I think that this type of promotion is so effective for us because it really does get more content out on Twitter. It gets more reach. I'm really happy with the results, and we've done it twice now, and I want to start another one after we pay out these 3 winners. And I want to change it up a little too. I want to make it, you know, the last one was about what do you love about, you know, Cure. But I think the next one is going to change a little bit. I think it's also important that we do continue to tag crypto friends because this project is growing because of word of mouth. You know, it's people talking about it and sharing it with new people. So I will do this again. I may even increase the award to make it more appealing to get people involved again. But I just want to say thank you for everyone who participated in it. It really does help spread the word for our project. But yeah, I'll make a note to get another one of those created here shortly. So congratulations to the winners. Let's see. Well, we also have, you know, part of our marketing machine ongoing is that we're doing Reddit posts all day long in subreddits as well as CMC. So there's just a lot of marketing going on. I mean, just so much. I can't even go into the details of how much there is. There's a lot. That's okay. So Orlando, that's you. So you are Landy. Awesome. Well, cool. Well, if you can DM me, do so. And let's get this solved. Get you that $100. And then please explain. So this is from Ranj. Please explain how taxing will work on exchanges. More likely than not. I mean, in the conversations we've had so far, more likely than not, the tokenomics are going to have to be decreased. A lot of times they can't handle reflections, for example, you know, among other things. So the tokenomics will probably change when we get listed, and we need to have further conversations with all of the exchanges, but definitely the final exchange that we're going to go with to ensure that we get everything in order. The first step of all of that was actually the legal assessment that we had done. So now that that's out of the way, that's actually going to save us some time once we do make a decision and hear back from some of the key players. But yes, so to answer your question shortly, some things will need to change. And what else we got here? YouTubers. Yeah, so we have, again, we have a marketing team now that's focused on identification of influencers, both on Twitter and YouTube. So they are sifting through what's the best, what's going to be the best value, the largest reach. So those tons of conversations going on there. And I'll try to get an update from that team if I can to start to share more of it. But there's a lot happening in marketing side of things. I mean, it's actually hard to keep up because there's just so much activity. But we are doing a lot. Let's see if I'm. All right. What else? Anything else popping up here? No, I think so far I'm caught up. Unless anyone has any Oh, here's a new one. It says, if we are currently at BEP20, why not try a Binance listing? Yeah, I mean, Binance is obviously the tier one exchange, which would be great. You know, so we're not ready for Binance to start that process yet. Now that we have the legal review, we are actually ready to start that. That was one of the gating things that we were waiting on. So we did get that back today, and the team's reviewing it. We got to make some updates to our white paper. We got to make some minor content updates to our website. But all in all, the assessment came back really well. But that's the first step. I mean, we couldn't even apply for Binance without having that legal review done. So now that that's done, it's going to be easier for us to move forward. And then I see Bitboy crypto can shoot 6 figures holders. Yeah, they can. And you know, Bitboy AMA is not inexpensive. You know, it's you know, obviously they charge for that. But it is something that I have started the conversation with their team, their marketing team, and hopefully we can come to an agreement and get this thing scheduled. I would love to see it happen this week. I just don't know at all what their timing or schedule for them looks like. But that would be awesome for us. And let me see if there's anything else I'm missing here. No, it looks like I'm caught up. So cool. Well, as usual, I got to jump to this public relations meeting, the PR company. But as always, you know, I'll be on all day. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. I will be here. And just to reiterate on a couple action items I have, I'm going to be reaching back out to you, Crypto Girl. That's on my list, as well as there was somebody else here I was going to reach back out to, but I'll scroll back up through and get to that. But as always, thank you everyone for everything you contribute to this project. We got a lot going on. I just can't stress that enough. You know, it's an immense amount of work and an immense amount of activity, but we're moving in the right direction. And I just want to say thank you to all of the community. Thank you to everyone for participating in this growth. And obviously, as I always say, reach out if you want to talk about anything, if you have any ideas, any feedback. I still haven't made it through all my DMs today. So if I haven't addressed anything that popped up, I'm getting to it. So just be a little bit patient, but I'll get through all of this this morning. So thank you, everyone, and take care and have a great Tuesday. So we will talk soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. See you later.